Hi and welcome to a new TREX episode on my channel. Today it's a little bit different topic than the last few videos. I'm going to talk about my TREX 450L Dominator. It's about some new components. I decided to change the original ESC and the motor to new stuff. The main reason is that the original motor is only 3200 RPMs. And my previous helicopter had a faster motor, and this was much more flyable, so I decided to search for something else which has more RPM. It was pretty difficult to find something, and finally I went to Banggood, and I was surprised to find something seems to be pretty well. It's from Alzrc, and the motor is the BL2221 Pro with 3800 kVs, and very important for me, for my TREX 450L Dominator, that it's a 3.5 millimeter motor shaft. That means that my original pinion fits perfect on the shaft, and there is absolutely no play. So first look of the motor seems to be pretty good quality, no play in the bearings, well finished, and the perfect motor shaft as already explained, and also the flat area where you can fix the original pinion perfectly. The other component is the ESC. The original ESC goes up to 45 amps, and this is not enough for a motor like this, so I decided also to go to the Alzrc Platinum V4 RTF 60 amp ESC. This is exactly the same like the Hobbywing Platinum 60 amp ESC, and it's standard setup for helicopters, so it's as default setup in governor mode. So I hope that it's plug and play. If you cannot use it plug and play, you have to plug in on this port the LCD program card from Hobbywing to change all the settings on the ESC you want to change. But I hope that I can go like it's already said RTF. We will see if it's really RTF. The ESC is pretty nice finished. As I said, it's exactly the Hobbywing ESC. It's only rebranded. You have silicon wires. They are 14 gauge. Perhaps you can see it here. Like this. Here we go. And you have 4mm gold plugs, female plugs. This is the only issue because the motor has 3.5mm plugs. So I have to change one of these to 3.5mm or the 3.5mm to 4mm. We will see which makes more sense for me. The plug for the battery is the XT60, but I will change this also to 4mm gold plugs, like I already use them on all my LiPo batteries, which are very trusty, and I love these plugs. Then you have the wiring for the receiver. This is a regular JR plug, and you have the yellow cable with also JR plug on it for RPM transmission, but I think I don't want to use it, so I just connect the regular cable to my receiver, and that's it. On the motor, there is also one nice thing. What was difficult to find is a motor that has 2.5mm holes for the mounting screws, and on this motor you have two variations of screw holes. These are 2.5mm screws, and the other ones are for 4mm screws, these holes. But I have no idea who has 4mm screws, but the 2.5mm holes, they work absolutely perfect. So when I install the motor on the motor plate, it fits absolutely perfect. The hole distance and the 2.5mm holes, they fit absolutely perfect. And I'm just gonna show you after the mount how it will looks like when I put on the screws. So here we go with a put on mounting plate for the motor. As you can see, the size fits perfect. There's enough space between the frame, carbon plate and the motor. And as you can see, I can move the motor perfectly on the holes I have inside my original TREX 450 Dominator motor plate. And like this, you have the whole range you can use for different pinions or different main gears to get your perfect setup for your helicopter flying style. And then let's have a look at the specs of the components. This is the motor I choose from Banggood. Let's go down to the specs. Here we go. Like these, they are pretty good readable, and we go from up to down side. As I already said, the most important thing for me was the right kV with 3800. That will be good. Peak current is 60 amps, as you can see, so that will fit perfect on the ESC, which can take continuous 60 amps and burst 80 amps. And then also very important for me, shaft diameter, which is 3.5 millimeter. Motor will work up to 3S. Motor timing is also exactly what default setting is on the ESC. So the ESC is set to 15 degrees and the motor also works with 15 degrees. So this should work pretty fine with the stock setup. Here we have the ESC. It's also ordered from Banggood. Let's also have a short look at the most important specs. Yeah, so it's perfect for 450 to 480 class helicopters, so pretty good for my 450 TREX. It works up to 6S. You have continuous 60 amps, burst 80 amps, and also a great feature is the back. So it's default setting on 6 volts, and you can go up to 8 volts, but you have to be careful because of your components. You have to check what maximum volts they accept. It can take 7 amps continuous and 18 amps peak. So this is really a great, strong back, and I am looking forward to how this works. So next step will be the installation of motor and ESC into my TREX frame. The target is to put the ESC on the same position as it is with the original ESC, because it's a pretty small size. It won't be a problem to put it on the top of the frame, and motor position is in the frame like this, and we will see how the whole stuff fits and how I can wire it up, and yeah, see you later. So this is how it looks after the installation of the components, motor and ESC. Everything fits perfect. The size is not too big. The ESC fits perfect. Most of the 60 amp ESCs are much bigger than this one, and like this you have no problem to fit it under the canopy. The only small modification I had to do on the canopy is that I had to cut out a round piece on top of the canopy, just because when I install the canopy, the motor is a bit longer than the original one, so that means that the motor will touch the canopy if you don't cut out this shape I did. And like this you have no problems with grinding motor on the canopy. Then I'm going to do a short vibration test. The motor is mounted but without pinions, so it will be just the motor which spins, no main rotor or rear rotor or anything, just to check the vibration on the motor itself. So then let's spin the system up and we'll see what happens. There are absolutely no vibrations on the frame. Super smooth running and everything runs perfect. So in any RPMs, there are absolutely no vibrations on the motor, no vibrations which goes over the frame from the motor. So well balanced motor, I think, and I'm really looking forward for the first flight to check the performance of the system with this Alzrc ESC and motor with 3800 kV. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. Give me a thumb up, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, happy flying. Bye bye.